Hello and welcome back to the Bulldog Yoga YouTube channel. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Brittany. And today our topic is how to make modifications to your power yoga flow. And this topic is going to be part of our top yoga questions playlist. So we're super excited. Thank you guys for joining us today, and let's get into it.
Listening to your body and knowing when to modify yoga poses is crucial for a long-lasting and healthy yoga practice. Wherever you are in your yoga journey, modifying may be needed to reduce injuries or protect a current or chronic injury you might have, such as lower back pain.
As power yoga instructors, we've noticed, here at Bulldog especially, students who will sometimes force their bodies into poses with all their might, pushing themselves into maybe a place of discomfort. In a studio environment or even at home, it appears sometimes that students may be embarrassed to modify in order to keep up with either other students in the room or maybe other students they're seeing on their screen or on social media.
And we totally get that. We've been there. As teachers and especially as leaders here at Bulldog, we see that drive and determination in you and we love it. We want that to thrive. But we also want you to enjoy all of the poses that you're doing and reap the benefits of each of those shapes, which is why we sometimes suggest modified poses for our students.
According to the NIH National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, there are some health conditions that actually really call and maybe require modifications in yoga, including, like Kelly mentioned, pre-existing injuries such as knee or hip injuries, lumbar spine disease, severe high blood pressure, balance issues, and even glaucoma. With modifications and proper alignment, you will also see that your poses will actually improve, and you may even see increased muscle strength. So modifications really are a win-win. Plus, you may soon transition out of these modifications and no longer need them at all. But it's always great to have choices in class.
If you're nervous, intimidated, scared to try a power yoga class, we're here to say, don't be. There's no need to be. Just because it's called power yoga and may sound advanced or for athletes only, it's really not. Trust us. Here at Bulldog, power yoga is designed to be accessible for everyone, even you. We encourage you to try it, but maybe start with some modifications. Dr. Natalie Nevins was quoted by osteopathic.org. Whether you're a couch potato or a professional athlete, size and fitness levels do not matter because there are modifications for every yoga pose and beginner classes in every style. She says the idea is to explore your limits, not strive for some pretzel-like perfection. It's a great way to get in tune with your body and your inner self.
There really are so many opportunities to challenge yourself in a power yoga flow. However, the intention of power yoga, the intention of this style is to really encourage you to honor your own body and your own body's needs and boundaries. You know your body best, and we want you to feel empowered to be true to yourself and your journey on the mat.
This means modifying postures to make them work for your body that particular day, or skipping postures altogether that simply don't serve you in that moment. It's never expected in a Bulldog class that you do every single pose. The poses are a menu of options more than a true prescription. You're able to pick and choose what will serve you on any given day.
In many of our power yoga classes here at Bulldog, we may ask you to hold poses for a few breaths or create a dynamic movement in your pose, such as pulses, crunches. What's your favorite, Kel? Mountain climbers?
I love squats and mountain climbers.
Squats. No matter the movement, fast or slow, we still hope that you feel a sense of awareness and attention of how your body is feeling and what you really need to be in balance.
This might mean making an adjustment that gives you more of a challenge and helps you grow. It also might mean backing off so you don't exhaust yourself too far. Learning to strike this balance between effort and ease, especially for us overachievers, right, Britt? It's actually a wonderful growth opportunity.
We are so excited today because one of our favorite instructors and one of the original Bulldog online teachers, Patty, is here. You may recognize Patty from Bulldog Online, especially her slow and steady activate classes, which are amazing. But Patty also teaches a really strong power flow. And she really is experienced in how to modify your power flow. So we're super excited that she's here. She's gonna show us how to modify in a confident and powerful way.
Let's take it to the mat with Patty to go over some amazing ways to modify and still get the most out of your power yoga experience. We truly want you to feel empowered in your yoga practice. We want you to experience the power of the flow, to be able to shut off life's distractions and feel the music and the harmony and the flow that is Bulldog.
Hi guys, welcome to the mat. Today we are here with Patty, who's one of our original Bulldog instructors. Welcome, Patty.
Thanks, Brent. I'm so happy to be here.
Us too. We're so excited Patty's here today, especially for our topic for today's episode, which is how to modify your power yoga flow, or how to make modifications to your power yoga practice. So Patty's gonna walk us through some amazing ways to modify some power poses.
Especially, I think, if you've had any injuries. Like sometimes people feel awkward if they're in a power class. They might feel like they're not doing the poses. But truthfully, if you have any injuries, especially wrists, shoulders, and you take some of these modifications, you're actually going to get more of a power flow than you would if you were nursing an injury where you might not get into the pose as much. So this could really be helpful.
I love that. So should we get started?
Let's get started. So one of the poses we'll talk about modifying is in our plank. So we'll start in a regular plank. So if you're going to modify this pose and you're in a power class, you can drop down to your forearms. Really helpful if you're nursing any shoulder injuries, even any wrist injuries. You're still going to get all of the same power. Your whole body is still working. Your thighs are engaged. I don't want to keep Brittany here for too long, but she's still hugging everything in. As long as you're aware of the same thing you'd be doing in your high plank, when your teacher might cue, bring your right toes out to the right, back to center, left toes out to the left, back to center, even knee to elbow, all of the same things you're going to be able to do right here. You're just taking some of that pressure off. Really good modification. Awesome job, Brie. So the next modification, since we're working on planks, we're going to do a modified side plank. So let's start by dropping down to a forearm. Again, the same thing, everything is working. Hips are lifted, belly's hugging in. You can still lift your leg. You can still bring your knee to elbow. All of the things you're gonna find in a power class. Same thing here, you're just taking some of that pressure off. Just remember here, awesome job, Britt, come on down. Okay, so if you're in a class and you're in a high lunge, which we all know people love to cue, a really nice modification is to lower that back knee. For whatever reason, once you're here, same thing, you're still gonna fire up your core, you're gonna square your hips. Inhale, if they cue an open twist, you're gonna get that same twist. You come back up, you can bring your hands to heart center and hug it over. Always you can play around by lifting and learn if you're doing any taps. So really nice modification here. So here's one of my favorite modifications, or even like a little secret. Our balance can be different every time we practice. Let's just say we're in an eagle pose, okay? Just find a little kickstand. Same thing, you're hugging your thighs together, you're sinking your bellies in, hands at heart center. If you feel a little more grounded, you can play around with that flex or even finding that full wrap. But that kickstand can be available in your tree. Same thing, play around with it, but finding that rooting, it's a great option.
All right, so the last power pose to modify is boat pose. So let me show you guys. Normally in a power yoga class, you might see high boat with your legs long in the air, your arms stretched out in front of you. This can be difficult for some of us who haven't developed the core strength yet. An option to modify is always to put fingers or hands down behind your back. You can still lift your feet up, you can always bend knees, you can send legs long. And if there's any power movements like low plank to high, you can keep hands down and still build your core strength this way. All right, we're back. That was so fun having Patty here. To sum it up, your power yoga class is not meant to be full blast for an hour or even half an hour, 20 minutes, whatever you have. It's meant to provide you with plenty of opportunities to challenge yourself, but also take what you need and leave the rest behind. Take it or leave it, right? Be empowered to move at your own pace, take rests, and just move in healthy, easy ways.
I like to say in my classes that pain is never okay in yoga. Discomfort's okay because discomfort is where the growth happens, but don't be ashamed to take modifications. If you've never tried a power class, step outside of your comfort zone, give one a shot. You might find that you're far more capable than you think, and you'll also give yourself an experience for growth and new possibilities. They're not as scary as you might have thought.
Thank you guys so much for hanging here with Kelly and I today and chatting about how to make modifications to your power yoga flow. Again, this is our top yoga questions playlist. We had a blast with you guys. To get your Bulldog fix on the regular and even your fix for Power Yoga Flow, subscribe to this channel, Bulldog Yoga, or head to bulldogonline.com for our full menu of awesome at-home or live stream classes. We can't wait to see you guys on the mat, Power Yoga style.
We collectively have 100,000 views, right? We're proud of us.